So I turned over and just like sat there like this. Like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Hello beautiful people, how are you today? I'm Brittany. I'm going to talk today about a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time now, and that is my bad roommate story. I have 2 bad roommates in my life, and this is just the first one. This happens to be the very first roommate I ever had in college. I think it's a pretty funny story, but I just want to disclaim, this was my real life. Like, this really happened to me, that this was my roommate. And I also give some tips on how to not be a bad roommate and some tips on what to talk about with your roommates have these problems. My first tip that I would tell anyone that is ready to go into a random roommate in college, which I highly recommend that you do at least once in your life, is have a random roommate, because you learn a lot about yourself and your tolerance for others. If you know you're gonna have a random roommate, go and check your roommate assignment on who this person is, because it would be nice to learn about them before the day comes that you have to live with them. And also, if you are in college, check your college email before you go to college, because there are financial aid stuff up there, there is university stuff, there is like contacts, like my residence hall had emailed me. I had emailed my roommate. She did not have her legal name on her Facebook, so I couldn't find her there. She didn't check her email. So I had no idea till like the week before who I was going to be living with for 2 semesters of my life. So if you're going to be living with each other for 8-9 months, try to contact them first. That's just polite. Put everything that you ever think of in the roommate contract. I know I didn't take it seriously. I know my roommate didn't take it seriously. Everybody took it as a joke as my first year in college, because we were like, we're gonna be best friends. And for that like 2-3 week span, me and my roommate were best friends. This was the worst situation you could do with your roommate, was be best friends with a person that you have to live with for 9 months. Because you get a little sick of seeing them, and then you have to come home to them. Because with my roommate, we had some of the same classes, we went to the cab together, we hung out together. By like the 3rd week, we were done with each other. We were tired, we were burnt out of each other. I am just warning you that this could happen to you. And also, with the roommate contract, put everything, like if you like the thermostat a certain way, if you like know when to eat your food, if you have people staying over. You'll learn about why I said that one later. I am going to call my roommate Katie. No, her name is not Katie. Yes, I know a Katie, but it's not her. She knows it if she was watching this. All this stuff. Let me tell you about Katie. My first problem I had with Katie was after like the first couple weeks, she never went to class. I don't know what kind of classes she was in, but my classes were taking attendance. We paid for class. It's not just like, oh, you skip a class. Like, it was every day. We lived in a residence hall where some of our classes were in the residence hall. So literally, we lived on the first floor. She would just literally have to go 50 steps to our class, and she wouldn't do it. No, it's not me. It's not my life. Not my problem. Second of all, her side of the room was disgusting after a while. Like, there was newspapers everywhere. There was art projects. There was food. It was gross. And like, being an RA later in life, I don't know how she got away with this for so long. It was not for me. She also had self-harm issues. And for me, I had never like heard, like I was never like acclimated or taught or like had a friend go through it of self-harm. And my roommate would cut, and it really scared me. Like if you don't know about self-harm and stuff like that, because you don't know what they're gonna do to themselves, what you are supposed to do, whatever. And for me, that was really scary, because I was like, I could walk in to the room and she could be doing that. And like, thank goodness she never did. I cared about her, and to see her just take it like nothing, like I had told people, and like she was going to the therapist, she was. And the funny part of this story, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I hung out with my friends till 2 o'clock in the morning my freshman year of college. That happens, like, it's not weird. I walk into the room and expect to go to bed. There's my roommate and a guy that I have never met in my life. Rewind, saying that we had a rule that like if somebody was going to stay over or come in our room, let a girl know. That's all I wanted. I had never met him. Apparently it was her ex later that I found out. She was like, oh, he's gonna stay here. And I was like, okay, whatever, it's 2 o'clock. I really don't want to like talk about it or like anything like that. So, what ifs. A little while later, I turn over and I see my roommate on top of this guy giving a blowjob. I was pretty sheltered as a child in high school, middle school, all that stuff. So I had never like thought about all this crap like happening like while I'm in the room. And then I saw it. And I was like, do I get up? Like, what do you do when this happens? It's like, say that you're awake? Or what do you, like, hey, I see you. Well, I was like, well, I don't know what to do. I'm going to just turn over. So I turned over and just like sat there like this. Like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I finally went to sleep. Well, I was horrified at that moment. So I was like, what am I going to do? And my RA at that time, she, bless her little heart, she didn't do nothing. We talked to this coordinator guy because he said he could help if like you had any problems, stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I'll talk to him. Let alone, This guy is not just my coordinator for my residence hall. He was also my English teacher. So let's recap. Brittany is going to tell her coordinator and English teacher that her roommate was giving a blowjob while she was in the room. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So I get an appointment with him, and that day I was nervous, and I walk in and he's like, "What's the problem?" And I will be using a hat to show that I am my coordinator. Without a hat is me with a hat coordinator. Hey, I just really need to move rooms. You can't just move rooms. I'm gonna need to know why. I don't know if I can say this. Come on, Brittany, I have to know in order to allow you to move rooms. I went up to the door and closed it and sat back down, and I was like, okay. My roommate sucked dick while I was in the room. My coordinator laughed and said that he had had a situation like that too when he was in college with his roommate. So I didn't feel so alone. It was still really awkward. And I continued to tell him everything that was going on, and he said that he didn't have any open space right now, but maybe next semester. So by that time, I'd only had a couple more weeks before the semester ended. I was like, okay, whatever. And that is my first bad roommate I ever had. So my tip to you is to never do anything sexual while your roommate is in the room, because it's going to make for a very awkward living condition later. It's just not cool. Use your common sense. Thank you for watching. Don't forget you're beautiful, and please follow me on all my social media. The links will be below and in the ending credits. Bye! With one arm. And to all those people, I can do pretty much anything that I